One of the big design details of the primary suite was doing a smaller primary suite so we could have more space for function in the back. And it's also a great place for Preston to run up and down. Pee. Come on, run.
I'm Sara Gore and welcome to Open House NYC, everyone. We've got another great show this week filled with personality and style. And we are starting things with Tarek and Heather Rae El Moussa. This busy real estate power couple are known for dishing knowledge, tips, and drama on HGTV and Netflix, respectively. Now they invite us inside their very own Newport Beach home. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Tarek El Moussa, and if the face looks familiar, you might have seen me on HGTV.
And I'm Heather Rae El Moussa, and if my face looks familiar, you might have seen me on Netflix and HGTV. Welcome to our home in Newport Beach. And then this is Buggy. We also have 3 kids. We have Taylor, who is 13. We have Brayden, who's 8. And we have Tristan, who just turned 1 year old. We walk through our front door, bam, bar shot.
Straight to the bar, where of course we enjoy a lot of drinks.
We came in and we really thought about a vision for this house, and we love hotel vibe. And so we added wallpaper all throughout the house. So this is wallpaper, custom wallpaper. And to brighten up the space, we added this gorgeous chandelier. It's really a statement piece when you walk in. You walk in through the front door, you see the chandelier, and then you look right to the bar. We already had black countertops, so we kind of designed the house around the black that was already here.
That's why we chose the black cushions, the black bench, the black chairs, the black table. We took what was here and we just added to it. This is the heart of the home right here.
Yeah, this is our living room. This is where we spend most of our time, and this is basically Tristan's space.
This is not basically Tristan's space.
It is Tristan's space.
This is Tristan's space. But if you take a look, the same wallpaper that we used for the bar, we used over here on the fireplace. And most people think, this is thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, but guess what? It's just wallpaper. So wallpaper is a great hack to save money. We love the bifold doors because it has that, Southern California indoor-outdoor vibe.
So we'll open those up, especially when we're entertaining, when it feels really large. And for Tristan's birthday, we fit over 30 people here the other day, and it actually really works.
Heather has one rule in the kitchen, okay? The kitchen has to smell good, or the house has to smell good, and I am not allowed to cook bacon.
This is our product, so it's called Home by Tarek and Heather, or Home by Them. It just makes a home feel extra inviting and sets the ambiance, I think, for the house.
So, the jewelry of the kitchen
is our chandeliers. They're Swarovski crystal. They were handpicked by yours truly. They are very delicate, but well worth it because it makes the kitchen so beautiful.
So if you look at the hood, it looks super expensive and fancy. Here's the cool thing. All of this texture is just wax. It's probably my favorite part of the kitchen.
How can you say you like the hood more than you like our gorgeous backsplash?
I love the backsplash. I just like the hood more.
So the backsplash, it's 3-dimensional.
Yeah.
That has a few of the white veins going through, which then ties in some of the white on the countertops.
At the top of the stairs, we're at the 2nd floor now, and this is bedroom number 1. This is our teenager, Taylor. She loves splits, glamour. She's got a teenager's room. Brayden is just obsessed with sharks. He has a shark comforter, shark light, shark mouth. So he's a happy boy.
So now the room I designed, this is baby Tristan's room. So I've been obsessed with elephants since I was young, and there's elephants all throughout the room. So this is safe zone for him. He has his toys. He can just play in this room and I don't have to worry about him getting hurt.
It's nice having the primary on the other side of the house, so we get a little bit of separation. So this is actually a custom built 8-foot by 8-foot bed. And then to match the bed, we created a tufted pillow wall.
I mean, we're absolutely obsessed with this. Every time guests walk in and see it, they're just like, wow. And my nightstand, I have photos and the books I'm reading right now. One of them is my husband's book. It's a great book for anyone that wants to get inspired and change their lives, and I highly recommend it. All right, you guys, thank you so much for coming over and checking out our house, and we'll see you next time.
Hope you love the tour.
We are sticking with the power couple theme for the time being, because coming up next, we stop by the unique downtown loft of entrepreneurs Hannah Bronfman and Brendan Follis. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Now we're with the entrepreneur, content creator, and DJ power couple, Hannah Bronfman and Brendan Follis, at their dramatically stylish family loft in New York's Noho neighborhood. This was a top-down renovation that transformed a former factory into a chic triplex. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Hannah.
And I'm Brendan,
And this is our little guy, Preston.
who's going to be joining us intermittently throughout the tour.
So we purchased this place a little over 4 years ago, and we've been living here for over a year now.
So this is a triplex. We have a mezzanine level where our primary suite is, our main level, and a lower level. On the lower level, there's 2 bedrooms, as well as a media room and what we call a conservatory, which is another atrium.
Enough talking about it, let's just take a look. The first stop is the kitchen. We actually put our burners directly into our countertop.
And then mixed with this stone we found at the marble yard kind of adds this interesting element, and I think the design speaks for itself.
Yeah, the marble adds a little bit of drama in this kind of all white kitchen, which I was a little nervous about doing all white just because of how much we cook and whatever, but it's actually been amazing because I'm sort of a messy chef.
So before we move on, this I think is a really cool part of our renovation. While we were doing it, we found these newspaper clippings in the floorboards from 1894. So I thought it'd be really cool to frame them, just as a little piece of history from the apartment, and hang it right here in the kitchen.
We also have a little mini kitchen for our kids. So we're in here cooking, they're over here cooking, and it just feels like a really nice family moment.
Do you want to come on the tour with us? Yeah, okay. So one of the main focal points of this living room is this art piece of a light fixture, and this is called the floss coordinates. It is actually 5 different chandeliers, and it all kind of works up in a cone, so it draws you into the center of the room.
We just thought it looked really beautiful and pulled in also like the brass from the mirrors that were left from the previous owner to kind of tie it all in.
There's mirror on either side, so it becomes this infinity mirror with this light sculpture in the middle. And when you're standing in the right place, it makes the space feel even bigger. So when we were designing our home, we obviously wanted it to feel warm, but also create a space that we could entertain larger groups in. So having this big open setting and then a communal sofa space and this big coffee table, we could all lounge around and be conversational.
So one of the original features of this apartment were these grand bookshelves.
And it belonged to the rare book curator of Strand.
A very iconic bookstore. We obviously couldn't have done anything to the bookshelves. So we just decided to add a little bit of a flair by doing the brass detailing on the bottom and updating the hardware.
So in the middle of the bookshelves is our record bar, which is important to us because we are DJs. We love music in the house. It's kind of the soundtrack for our lives. But our favorite record right now is
We really wanted the dining room to stand out from the rest of the apartment. So we decided that this would be a perfect moment to do something fun and funky with the floors. And we think that it really came together beautifully.
We also added these windows in under the skylight, which we had to rebuild, which gave us an opportunity to make more light. And he loves it too.
So for a touch of glam over here, we decided to add this Art Deco style chandelier.
Super cool piece that you can actually mold to what you want it to be. So kind of having this invisible fishing wire hanging chandelier was a really cool addition for us. So this is our primary suite, and one of our favorite features is at the click of a button, we get instant privacy. You want to show us how, Preston? Whoa, it's not perfect blackout, but it's close. One of the big design details of the primary suite was doing a smaller primary suite so we could have more space for function in the back. And it's also a great place for Preston to run up and down. Pee. Come on, run.
Thanks so much for checking out our Noho loft.
As you can see, it's been a labor of love. Our renovation turned out exactly how we wanted though, and we hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as we're enjoying it now.
See you guys soon.
Coming up, we explore the results of another total renovation. This one in Greenwich Village with architect Leah Sulk. Welcome back, everyone. Now we're with architect Leah Sulk at a recently completed project in Greenwich Village. Take a look.
For me, design is all about placemaking with natural light. I'm Leah Sulk, principal at Sulk Architecture, and welcome to my client's home in the beautiful West Village. My design style is modernism with warmth and character. For this project, the client wanted to marry that type of modernism with the historic nature of this townhouse originally built in 1839. Can't wait to show you. Come, let's take a look. We wanted this vestibule to serve multiple purposes. Since we all spend so much time working from home now, there's also a desk here, but it's still sleek and beautiful, so it welcomes you to the home. From there, we wanted to give a clue to the rest of the apartment. For that, we selected an Alice in Wonderland themed wallpaper, which gives a sense of the whimsy you're gonna find beyond. This is the living dining room, and my design intent here was all about featuring natural light. One of the ways we did that was making sure that you could see all 3 windows at the same time, whether you're in the home office or the living room. The design of the dining room was all about communal dining and hosting big parties. So this 60-inch round table allows a lot of people to gather around and have good conversation and look across the table at a lot of different people. The light fixture above really centers it in the space, and further, it's right next to this original wood-burning fireplace. The molding is a great example of my take on modernism. It speaks to the historic nature, but it doesn't take away the eye or feel heavy on the ceiling. This is the home office, which was a total design collaboration with the client. Originally in the space, the living room had a greeny blue tone throughout. Bringing it in here made this feel like a moody jewel box where you can focus on work, but also, when you're done, can function as a guest room. And you can even close these shutters for privacy. But when they're open, you can see through to the living room. And for even more cohesion between these 2 spaces, we used the same hand-blown glass sconce on both sides of that arch. The basis for the design inspiration in the kitchen was actually exposing this brick wall. From there, we took that texture and we also used a brick tile on the backsplash of the kitchen, so those 2 brick features talk to each other across the space. My favorite part of this whole apartment is the eat-in part of the kitchen. The banquette has 2 different directions to it. One is a seat for one, so you can sit by the fire and enjoy conversation with the chef. The other side is a small eating area, and the curve allows you to slide in easily. We mimicked that curve also with the table, which was custom cut to fit the space. The original apartment was a series of sinewy and confusing hallways. One of the aims of the design was to open it up so that you can see through to the apartment from front to back. And it holds a surprise, which I'll show you now. Surprise! It's always a challenge to add bathrooms to New York City apartments. To solve that in this project, we created a new hallway back to the primary suite. To add privacy, a custom glass and steel enclosure was created for the shower and tub on this side and the view out to the beautiful West Village on the other. In the primary bedroom, the main design idea was maintaining as much of the original space as possible. The rest of the furniture was selected to be thoughtful and sympathetic to that historical context. The goal of this renovation was to revitalize this historic apartment without losing the character. We did that by treating every room like its own design exploration. Thank you so much for joining me and taking a look.
Coming up, eclectic living with this artist and animator. We'll see you in just a few. Welcome back, everyone. And now we join animator and artist Mike Garena at his eclectic abode in the Echo Park neighborhood of Los Angeles. Mike is an avid collector of art, memorabilia, and various oddities and curios. See for yourself.
Hi, my name is Mike Garena, and welcome to my house of curiosities. I've been doing animation for television for about 30 years on some pretty popular shows. When I'm not working for other people, I collect strange things, and here's my house. When people walk in, they're usually pretty shocked at all the strange stuff in the house. They'll say, well, what's worth the most money? We don't really care about that. I just like the way it looks. I like the beauty of it. And I can tell you a story about every tiny little thing on that wall. One of them is this little mummy. And when I was a kid, I said, Mom, you got to keep this with you forever for the rest of your life. And she said yes. And she had kept it with her till the day she died. And I love this. It's important for me to preserve things and save them for the next generation. And I have a rule, if you like it more than I do, you can take it home. And I've given away thousands of things. So this is the living room, and this is where I do most of my relaxing. If you'd like to see my office space, it's right over there. In this little office space, nothing really has a planned space. I just kind of try to fit things so they don't look chaotic. This is an old shooter game from the show Bonanza. The goal is to try and hit those horses, but it's fun. Everybody seems to love this when they come over. Oh, there's the mine. This is where I do my work, and I work at home. But I have my mascot of the evil Santa. I like things that nobody else would want, or things that other people would be scared of. When I'm not doing animation, I like getting stuff around the house and painting them. Like I did this monkey. Here's another toy I painted. I didn't really like the hat, so I gave him a chef's hat and some scrambled eggs. Sometimes there's just a flow and you don't want to get in the way. This is kind of the catch-all room where everything kind of ends up that doesn't belong out there. This is one of my favorite scary things. This is Baby Secrets. Scariest thing in the world. I love her. The 60s were the best time for toys. Back then we had toys that were not just really fun, but we had some dangerous toys too. Like these ones, the creepy crawlers and creepy people. You could legitimately hurt yourself and end up in the emergency ward. And I still remember that smell of the burning wax on your skin. This is the outdoor shed, which my wife and I turned into a carnival room. This room was an effort. It took a while to put together. I've always wanted a fortune teller booth, so I made this one. And you can get fortunes. Here's one that says, your efforts have unfortunately gone unnoticed. There are people that refuse to step foot in this room because it's so scary. But for me, I love it. It's a labor of love, and I think it's an extension of myself because I love carnivals and the creepiness of them. Don't panic, it's just the drugs. Thanks for coming by. I hope you like this tour of this house, and we'll see you at the swap meet.
Just after the break, we are in Bellport, Long Island at the Waterfront retreat of interior designer Philip Thomas. Welcome back, everyone. Now we're in Bellport, Long Island at the family home of interior designer Philip Thomas. This is where he comes to unwind, and as you'll see, it is definitely not a bad place to get away from it all. Take a look.
Hey there, I'm Philip Thomas, and I want to welcome you to my Bellport. I've been coming to Bellport since I was 4 years old, and for the last 36 years of my life, I've been living here at this home perched above the Great South Bay of Long Island. This house has been a place that I almost call my laboratory, where I've evolved as an interior designer and created a home for my family and myself. Can you feel that? That's relaxation. The theme of this house is Americana. I wanted every element of this home to be something that you really wanted to engage with. Here in the entry, the staircase is carpeted in an animal print. While some people think it's unconventional, I can assure you that it is the most worry-free material. I converted a wood and steel coal mining cart into a vanity for the guest powder room. This is one of many surprises that you will discover as we explore the home. This is the living room. While we use all the spaces to the fullest throughout the year, this is the space that we use most often in the wintertime. The fireplace runs 24 hours a day. Believe it or not, we actually roast chestnuts over the open fire. I chose this sofa fabric because it's reminiscent of American rag rug fabrics that were developed in the 18th and 19th centuries. I even had the walls hand stenciled in designs reminiscent of early Americana to add layers and depth to the space. And the best part is when we fling open these doors. Sea breeze, bucolic gardens, and the bay beyond. Kitchens are the heart of any home, and we want to create a space here where everyone could gather. In keeping with the theme of Americana, the ceilings are adorned with all these incredible pieces that we've collected throughout the years. And one of my favorite pieces is this Carnival carousel cow that I found on yet another trip to upstate New York. The funny thing is that it's both a cow and a bull all at once. To me, red is quintessential Americana, and for that reason, you'll find red in each and every space of this house, including the stools, the feature wall, and the apples. This is my happy place. This is our porch, where we spend hour after hour during the summers and the warmer months. I actually built this in design school, and I wanted it perfectly aligned with the dining room so that the relationship between interior and exterior was flawless. The views really are the design star in every room of this home, and part of my job was pairing beautiful furnishings and fabrics to complement that view. I'm so glad that you could join me today so that I could share a place that has meant so much to me through the years. It is a space that continues to inspire me every day. Thank you.
Give this video a thumbs up and let us know which of these gorgeous homes featured in this episode was your favorite. So many to choose from. Which will you pick?